Okay. Now, there are some other questions, but I don't think I'm going to ask them because given the mood Lynn is in, and given the fact that I know these people, I would like to see them continue to exist for a while longer. To the people here who have submitted questions asking for tips on practical survival techniques and tactics, you guys owe me because I'm not going to ask him that question. Now, Lynn, there have been a number of questions submitted which really get at the same point, and that question I will ask because it's people asking for direction. One question, interestingly, comes from a group of members of the Congressional Black Caucus, and they say, Mr. LaRouche, we are increasingly upset, obviously, with the actions of President Obama, although we are not prepared to move for his impeachment for a variety of reasons, which we know you don't agree with, but they are what they are. But there's a larger question which is posed, which is that if Obama and his team were to go, then the question comes of what, in fact, would replace them. You yourself have said that you're too old to be president, and the problem that many people have, and I'm not saying that we would move for impeachment if this were not the case, but I think that this is coming up for many American citizens who would turn away from President Obama if they had someone else to turn to. The question is, number one, who are people supposed to rally around? Number two, the so-called elite or establishment are not about to go down without a fight. And even if they did, the question is, what do you propose to do with these people? Many of them have committed criminal acts. And finally, well, because this is the last question, so I figured I'd mush it all in there.
Oh my God.
Finally,
awesome.
Do you still hold that you want to limit your slate of candidates to just 6, or would you be open, given the fact that there doesn't seem to be much else out there, to expanding it?
Well, first of all, on the 6, that's not true. The 6 are very big. They're infinitely expandable, if you're willing to do it, right? As the Irishman said. Right. Now, on my leadership role, don't kid yourself, buddy. I may not be becoming president, but I'm prepared to run this whole damn shebang if I get a chance at it. As a matter of fact, there are more people who are afraid of me in this country than anyone else. And they can prove it very easily. The reaction our people get to mention my name. Right? You got the picture? Okay, these guys are scared bunnies. So I just say, boo! And they jump. The minute they think that X number of people are agreeing with me vocally, they'll be out there trying to kiss my butt. I won't let them do that, of course. I want to keep my butt clean. But you got to take the whole thing with a certain sense of merriment. It's necessary. Leadership is is defined by circumstance, by trend and circumstance. Now, if people want to survive, and they've got half a brain to do it with, they're going to support me if I'm pushed to that position. If these wonderful 6 young people do the job, they'll do it. It'll work. It can spread fast. Look what happened in New Jersey recently, where this sudden surge in turnout against the Obama presidency. And the crowd grew rapidly because it had a trade union complement, and that helped it to grow very fast. There can be very sudden changes in the composition of the political process now. The hatred of Obama is enormous. And anyone who wants to say, he's the president, he's the precedent for expulsion. More people hate this SOB than almost anyone else. They're only inhibited in their hatred of him by their contempt of him. They don't know whether they hate him or show contempt for him, or to urinate on him, perhaps. All these things are likely things to happen if the people get a chance. The question is one of leadership. Have you got the guts to get out there and stand and provide some leadership, to get some other people to show some leadership and get this thing moving? It's up to you. You are the people. Don't you think you're a people? Don't you think you can push things? Don't you think you can influence people on the streets? Of course you can. It's the lack of confidence that prevents you from doing it. And it's also, you have to watch very carefully for the weather vane. One of the people ready to go. And you better be ready at that time. Or you're going to lose. Now, as for the action, I may make my last shot with that kind of thing in this life. I don't give a damn about that. My job is to do that. My job is to make things happen, what you need. And I will expend myself for that one, but not for anything less, not willingly. Want leadership? I'll give you leadership. I know these jokers there. I may have my limitations, but I don't have their limitations.
Well, I promised you clear solutions, and I think that we have provided them. I have nothing to add. I'd ask you to join me in thanking Lynn.